Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And this morning, my friends, as you know, corny dad joke incoming. The future is bright, my friends. So I'm shaded up. I've got my co-host on the show today, Mr. Ryan Halpert. What's up, Ryan?
What's up, dog? How you doing?
Chilling out here in these internet streets, getting the job done. You know what I mean? Like we always do, friends. Wake Up Legendary is excuse me, at this point, I would say a staple in the internet marketing community as a whole. The majority of people, a lot of people who are online today have come through our training. At least the successful ones had some sort of a run-in with our community, perhaps gone through our training, been a student. And if not, the good news is what we're teaching here is not totally unique, that other people have not done it before us. And so there are people out there. It's a beautiful business model to learn. We're going to be talking about basically the 4 different ways to sell information today. And we call them the core 4. They're 4 unique and simple ways that you can sell information or digital products, which is the new phrase, term, hypey. We always try to sort of mask our or camouflage or reinvent the wheel, when the reality is, for the most part, it's all the same thing. You're either selling your own products or you're selling somebody else's. And if you're selling somebody else's, you're referred to as an affiliate or a joint venture partner. And so that is one of the core 4 ways to sell information online. The other 3 ways are courses, coaching, and events. And the really cool thing is that, we've always done this successfully. As a matter of fact, we've done over $135 million in just the last about 4 years here at Legendary, and we've been in business for 8. Took us a little bit of time to ramp up to that scale, but we did all of that for the most part without the help of AI. And so now, for over the last year or so, we've really been using AI in a way that's given us more productivity power, faster angles, hooks, scripts, create content faster. And all of that has gone into our brand new AI Business Builder Challenge. And I'll link that in the comments, of course. And then we'll put that up on the screen for everybody to see. And of course, as you go through that, you'll have an opportunity to attend our brand new, completely revamped AI Decade in a Day. And that's where in one day, we're going to show you how to set up not only and understand the why, but the how to, so your business has all of the back end components set up properly. You're generating leads, you're building a list, you've got something to sell, you're in a niche that makes sense for you, and you're ready to launch and get your first sale. And hopefully we can get you moving and in action and make that happen. And you can make that happen if you're brand new here as fast as possible. Not because you're going to get rich overnight, but just to prove to yourself the proof of concept. And then from there, you can get serious, right? And really build. Because most of the time, we don't honestly get serious until we've seen some sort of financial result. And I totally understand that. So hopefully the goal of all of this training here at Legendary as it stands today is to get you through the training as fast as possible so you can go from learning to earning again as quickly as possible. Ryan, Core 4 AI Challenge, lots of things to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, affiliate marketing, like you were saying, is the way I got started. It's the first thing I did, and I was able to quit my job, and I was able to do that full time before even jumping on the team here, or before having to sell my own products. Even I was able to go full time just off of doing that. It's just a reliable, boring business model, and there's so many different ways to do it. And even once you get into doing your own products and doing coaching, it's still always there as a supplemental income source. And I love it as an income source. For whatever reason, for me, I get way more excited about affiliate commissions, even if they're small. I get way more excited about that than I do for selling my own shit. Like, I don't know why. It's just a weird psychological thing for me. I like that more, right? When I've got, for instance, a product I'm selling that I've created, or even a lead magnet I'm giving away, and I know that that's leading to affiliate commissions of another product, like, I don't know. It's confirmation that people are going through and getting value from the thing I actually created. So that's really, really good. And that is a really cool thing. But it's just such a reliable business model. And, I think people have a hard time sitting still and doing the same thing long enough to give it an opportunity to actually work. Cause like I mentioned, it's kind of a boring business, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's the laundromat of the online world. You know what I mean? It's just, you come in and you're just putting your quarters in every day. And then eventually you get to go
I
and
love this.
right. But a lot of you are, I think a lot of people end up, putting up a laundromat and never getting it fully inventoried to where, people can actually come and use it. And then they just knock it back down and go to another location and try to build another laundromat again. And they're not putting two and two together as to why I didn't make money, right? It's like, well, you never actually opened the laundromat, right? Nobody got to learn about your laundromat. Nobody came here and found it and I got to use it, right? So, and that's kind of what happens. I don't know if that's a good analogy or not. I just came up with that now, but I think it's kind of the same thing. It's just so reliable though. So if you stick around and you get your laundromat set up and you get your thing, everything, all your ducks in a row, and you stick with it, you're going to find that it's an incredibly reliable and still fulfilling income source that is so easy to scale, especially when you start getting into a combination of high ticket products and recurring income products, which mainly are going to be things like software or like subscription boxes, right? They're in other niches too. Stuff like Hello Fresh, has a recurring model. Every month when they pay their bill, you get a commission on that. So you combine those two things, you're stacking up a pretty good, source of revenue there. And I love it as the first thing to do, because the only thing you have to worry about is the marketing and the selling of it. You don't have to focus at all on fulfillment and delivery if you don't want to. Now you could add bonuses. There's things you can do there, right? Obviously you can ease your way into, right, the fulfillment side of being a business owner, but the best part is you don't have to worry about any of that. All you're doing is getting traffic to a page that you didn't create, and then when people buy, you earn money from that. It's really just a brilliant, phenomenal thing. And I was able to go, stay home full time doing just that. Even to this day, I could be, if I didn't want to do more, if I didn't have, the desire to do more, to work with people, to be a coach, to do all these different things, then I could be, making a full time income just from doing that, because I was. That's what I did before I got here, right? It is achievable. I could tell you that because I did it. And I'm just some washed up old mechanic from New York. Nothing special about me. I didn't know how to build a funnel or do any of that shit. And actually, like Dave was saying, I had to do it the hard way. I had to do it without AI. I had to write all my own copy. It used to take me an hour or two to write a couple of good emails, which is a very fast amount of time still. It used to take me a whole day or two to build a funnel. It used to take me hours of sitting and planning and coming up with ideas for my content. And those were the things I was struggling with, Dave. Those were the things where I was like, man, I need somebody to help. I need more insight. I need to get a coach. I got to figure out, how do I streamline this and do it faster? Because I am sitting here for hours working on this redundant shit. And then the gods answered, and they gave us ChatGPT as a tool to use to solve that problem. And so now that's what our new AI Business Builder Challenge is. It's the same. It's the same process, the same strategy for making money on the internet that I originally learned from Dave and started with. And now we've infused it with AI, so that way you don't have to go through the same pain that I did of having to do it all on your own.
Yeah, and now even you, which you're a new generation here, right? Of course, after me, a new generation has come, and you now have a back in my day story, which I find hilarious.
I love it.
Back in my day when I first got started a couple of years ago, we didn't even have AI. We had to hunt and peck every single letter of every single email. And Ryan has seen me type. It is a disaster. I mean, you want to talk about low productivity? Holy crap, Ryan. After working around me and seeing me type and seeing how I navigate the keyboard, are you more amazed that I've been successful?
Grammarly can't even figure out what you're trying to say sometimes. So I mean, yeah, I mean the words. It's comical. It's comical. It doesn't surprise me that you've been successful. I would say I don't think because I'm like, wow, you know, this guy. I think I'm more impressed about the willingness to continue going, knowing that you had to, you know, retype some of the big words like 8 times.
Oh man.
You know, it is comical though to kind of watch. I do enjoy it because you'll type something a minute, backspacing it, then attempting again, backspacing and attempting again. It's just the typing. It's typing. I know you can spell and you can write and all that. It's just the typing for whatever reason. You end up hitting every letter around the one you want along with it.
I do. I really do, guys. And it's sad and it's frustrating. And I've actually, my dirty little confession is that for years I was going to take a typing class. Like it was like I've needed the most basic class that they offer in probably high school or college. But because I legitimately dropped out, they implemented some rule when I started going to public high school that if you missed essentially 10 days, you were automatically failed the year. And I mean, I was skipping school. I missed 10 days the first month. So that's how I dropped out of school. I never went back. I was literally actually, in my opinion, not to be a victim, not to play a victim, but truly failed by the public school system because that was such a horrible rule that they implemented. But the bottom line was the reason why I suck is because I didn't take a basic typing class. I legitimately did not take a basic typing class in high school or college. And enter AI, where it really doesn't fucking matter anymore, does it, Ryan?
No, it does not. I mean, it's pretty good at figuring it out. I mean,
no
you can even
judgment, no complaints, no D's on a paper. Nobody gives a shit. It just figures it out and then spits it back to me perfectly. AIBusinessBuilderChallenge.com.
For sure. For sure. It's even got voice control in it too. So if you wanted to, like, if you're a really bad typer or that's like, if that's your reason that you're like, oh, it's not going to work for me, they have a voice function on it too. Right. So, don't be somebody looking for the reasons.
So good. It's so good. Remember when we were over here and we were what were we researching? We were trying to figure out.
I don't remember that. Oh, we were trying to figure out
computers.
Were upgrading your studio. Yeah,
computers, MacBook Studio. And I was buying a new computer because I was literally had been working on my girlfriend's computer, which is a pink MacBook Air, the least power of the whole thing, of the whole lineup. And so I was like, look, I was getting my studio back put together here after the hurricanes finally. And it was like I needed a computer and I was ready to go big. And so, you know, Ryan didn't quite know, Jalen didn't know. Look, we all can only be so perfect. But guess who did know? ChatGPT. And so we were sitting there just having a conversation back and forth. It was unbelievable just to utilize that function and not even have to type.
It's incredible. It's incredible. It makes it so easy. I mean, you could even do it from your phone too. So it's like, you know, how quick and easy it is, even just for daily life stuff. Like I wanted to figure out what kind of tree I had in my yard to it's not just like a tree. It's like a really nice, cool looking, like, I don't know, some kind of cool bush. And I wanted to know what it was. So I mean, I pull out my phone within 10 seconds. I have an answer. I snap a picture. I say, what kind of tree or bush is that? It's in the front of my house that I just sent you in a picture. And then I wait, and then boom, there it is. There's my friggin' answer. And I can have it read my response aloud. I could just read it on my screen. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's so easy. When they say, like, you had everything at your fingertips when Google came out. Remember, they were saying, oh, you have all the answers right at your fingertips. No, now you really have it all at your fingertips. I mean, that's kind of like putting it to shame right there. Like, that's nothing compared to this, right? I just make a search before, a 4 or 5 word search, and I might find what I'm looking for after I go through 30 blog posts. No, this is just, I mean, the actual answer right there immediately. You know, this isn't some surface level stuff. I mean, it's incredible. And, you know, I think business people really, in marketings and entrepreneurs and salespeople, are really the only ones that are really taking advantage of it right now. The rest of society hasn't really grappled on to really what this can do for them. And just in a day-to-day perspective.
Yeah. No, they haven't. And so what's the bottom line here is that, you know, we have always made all of our money from selling information. It's no secret. We don't hide that. That's the business model that we're in and that we're proud of being in. And quite frankly, the e-learning and coaching space has grown from nothing to a multi-billion. And I don't know what all the day-to-day stats are. I don't know how one could track it, but there are some estimates that Forbes has made and Bloomberg and some of these other business publications where they're looking into the future and just predicting that it continues to grow. And think about it, folks. It's here right now. It's the most popular thing, is to just go online and watch a YouTube video or take a course. It's a mass adopted thing. And so selling information, selling coaching, people want to do business with people on Instagram. They want to do business with people they admire on social media or that they follow or that. So it only makes sense if you want to blend internet marketing with a business model. Look at the landscape and ask yourself, what are my options? Look, you can get into all of these shady biz ops that pop up every other month that you can get, you know, make a few bucks doing this racket or that racket until you get caught or it gets shut down or the Ponzi collapses or the people. Look, I've seen it all. I've done a lot of it. I mean, 16 years of being online with a, you know, still standing strong, still serving customers, still showing up at live events, still meeting with people, working with people. Not easy to do that. Not easy to keep yourself disciplined and not ruin your reputation and pay people and all the things that it takes to still be standing. I've seen it all. I promise you I've seen it all. You can go back and look at I've got evidence, all the receipts that I've been here, done that, wore that t-shirt. Look, there's a million things in life I'm inexperienced at and don't know squat about. This ain't one of them. And so it's like, look at the landscape and ask yourself, what are my options? MLM, drop shipping, right? Where I'm going to Alibaba and finding some crap product that I'm going to market. Just, it's a Ponzi. You just you hope to sell as many of them as you can before people realize how much crap it is and the refunds catch up and all that. Or God forbid we have some shipping supply chain issue like COVID and just your business collapses in a disgusting way.
Or tariffs.
Tariffs, right.
And so tariffs.
Yeah, I mean, so digitally being able to test things, be a content creator and test ideas on a free platform before you ever create a product, before you ever take the time to build a program or invest any money into anything. to be able to sell somebody else's product as a test, to be able to take the time to find your messaging, to be able to post free videos, to dial in your messaging and work on your marketing before you have to pay for ads. I mean, give me a hat to throw. I'm feeling like turning over a table. I'm Jesus in this piece. People, I mean, there's 4 ways to sell information online. Okay. We outline it inside of the AI Business Builder Challenge and teach it inside of the Decade in a Day in all of our curriculum, our blueprints, everything. And so get in it and learn it now and learn how to use AI to make money. Because the beautiful thing is AI and how we teach to use it not only applies to the core 4 ways to sell information online, but if you do decide to do something else, agency work, say, for example, you get in, you learn these skills, you say, look, I don't want to sell products. I want to sell services and not my coaching, but marketing services to local businesses. You could learn the skills here and then go do that. So say you wanted to do that, or say you wanted to use the skills to grow an existing company that you have, or maybe you have a job that you want to just take to the next level and have more information so you could be more valuable there and earn more money. Whatever it is, these skills in 2025, damn, 2026, forget about it. Mandatory. If you're not using AI in your job or your business by 2026, you have been replaced, as Jensen from the CEO of NVIDIA says, you have not been replaced by AI. You have been replaced by somebody who is using AI. Ryan, take us home.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a curve that you don't want to be behind on for sure. I mentioned this yesterday. I've got a cousin I talked to recently who never used ChatGPT. I talked to him a couple days ago. He never used ChatGPT, and he says to me on that call, I don't think there's a way it can help me with my job. I says, it knows more than you do about how it can help you on your job. It knows more about your job that you've been doing for 12 years than you know about your job that you went and got a degree in. It knows more. And so, right. And that's kind of what I mean by people saying that, you're going to be behind the curve, and people don't know this stuff, and the rest of society isn't there yet. So there's still a huge opportunity, huge window for you to step in and start learning, get really, really good at this, and start adopting to. Now, you don't have to know every single tool on the market. You don't have to be an expert at every single function that every AI tool comes out with, or every discussion people are having about it. But you want to really have a good idea of what it is and how to use it, kind of in a quick, nimble way, right? How can I go in and just like make it a Google search, right? It's second nature. You can go in with your eyes closed. You can almost kind of just like type like this on your phone, and you can search something on Google. You even have little swipe things with your fingers on the keyboard so you can type faster, right? Most of us can do that, and you want to get to that level, and you want to really know how to use it and understand how to use it to not only help with your day-to-day life, but also to make money with it, and how to improve upon the skill sets you already have and become an expert in things that you're not an expert in. That's what that tool can really do for you now, is it can make you an expert in things that you're not already an expert in. And so even if you are somebody, and look, even maybe you're somebody who wants to, right, continue working a job for whatever reason, right? Maybe you did go to school for 12 years and you work in medicine, right? How can AI help me become better, right? You're going to start to see that, there's less and less things that you'll have to do because you're familiarized and fluent in using a tool like this. My mother's somebody who works in medicine. She went to school for 12 plus years, 13 years, and she continues to go for more education. And she works something like 70 hours a week for a salary, right? No overtime, none of that stuff. Her pay is actually, like, in my opinion, it's kind of like garbage. I know what it is. I won't disclose it, but obviously it's not as good as I think it should be, and for what she does and the amount of work and dedication she puts in, right? But we've had this discussion as well, her and I, right here in my own house, right? You could be using ChatGPT to help you with all that. You don't need to, you don't need to. And then there's usually some kind of reason. Oh, well, HIPAA or whatever. Like, I don't even want to hear it, right? It just figure out ways to use the tool, right, to make your life more efficient, to make it better, And we teach you that inside of our AI Business Builder Challenge. And it's not just the magic prompt that you hear everybody talking about. Everybody's talking about this secret prompt, this one golden prompt that it's not that. It's never just one prompt. What it is, it's a sequence of prompts. If there's anything I've learned about AI, if there's any secret sauce I can give you that'll boost you beyond everybody else, is you're never looking for just one prompt to get something done. You're looking at a sequence. You're looking at a series of them. An initial one, you're going to have to provide details and context, and then a very specific series of follow-ups. And that's one of the main things that we teach inside the AI Business Builder Challenge. So if you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, and you're like, man, I didn't think I could use AI in my job or in my business or in my life or in anything like, or I've never used it, or I've only gone in and typed and made a search like it's Google, then you need to take this challenge, because you're living under a rock and you have no idea what that thing is capable of. But by the time you come out of less than 2 hours of training material, you're not only going to understand really clearly how it works and how to get as much power out of it as you possibly can, but you're also going to be equipped with all the foundational information you need to start a business and actually make money using the damn thing. Imagine that.
That's the hit. That's the hit. I mean, well said. And that's the hit, is that it's like, we've been teaching how to do online marketing and sell information for years. Now this AI thing's out and people are wanting to learn how to use AI. The hit is, that's fine. You can log in and use ChatGPT. Anybody can. But how do you use it to build this specific type of business and make money online? That's really our specialty. That's our focus. This isn't a ChatGPT 101 course. We don't even care about ChatGPT. I don't care if it's Claude, ChatGPT, Grok, whoever your AI daddy is, doesn't matter to me. It's all a lot of the same power and knowledge coming in each one of them. We use ChatGPT for the most part. Doesn't matter. It's sort of like all jewelers have access to the same tools. Some people make masterpieces. Some people make clumps of crap that they sell in a kiosk in the middle of a mall. Same access to the same tools, right? So you can either make a masterpiece or you can get in and waste a bunch of time on it. And that's obviously not what we're here to do. And so, amazingly said, with a very clear punchline. And I want to double down and re-clarify it for everybody. Get in there so you can learn how to use AI, learn how to make money online, and learn how to combine the two together in a really powerful way. Also, get your booty to Nashville. We've got a mastermind happening September 5th, 6th, and 7th. You can get your ticket. They are selling fast at legendarymarketermastermind.com/Nashville. VIP sold out. Was sold out in 48 hours. So get your ticket. You can get all the details at Legendary Marketer Mastermind. And I will also put this in the comments, so you guys can just have a quick link over to the comments or to the page from the comments. Ryan, have a fantastic day, brother. As always, it's a pleasure. Stay legendary. My friends, get out of here. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow, as always, for another episode of Wake Up Legendary. Get out of here. Peace.
Peace.